Hola! Hey guys, sorry about that. Now we're on time, now it's 3. I think that's why I came early. Because I had forgotten to put the title of the video. Hi guys, hi. So as I had mentioned in my stories, we're going to be having our business live at 3 p.m. and it's 3:01, so we're on time. We're good. Hey Tavita Jo. I know it's very cold. Literally, my hands are frozen. Jade Bobographer, looking forward to a productive session. Me too. Yes. Hi, Cris Njoki. Hey, Culture N. Hey, guys. Manu. Hola, Chris. How you doing? Hi. Hey, guys. So this is our business live. Remember, I told you guys this is in conjunction with the Sendy Social Club. Yeah. Sendy Social Club is a platform where small business owners can just come together, learn tips, learn from each other, collaborate, do all of that. It's a really fun place. So if you have not joined the Sendy Social Club, you need to do it right now. But don't leave the live, we'll do it after the live, okay? Hey guys. So I think we're just gonna get right into it. So if you have been following me on Instagram for a while, I posted on my stories that I'll be doing this live. I think it was last week that I'll be doing this live, and I asked a couple of you guys to send me questions on what you want us to talk about. In fact, I asked you guys to send me questions of what you want us to talk about, what you would like to see. So I'm Kia. I don't know if that's it. Say your name. Hello, hi. So I'm just gonna go slowly into those questions, maybe try and tackle them, the ones that I feel like are most important. There were some that were repeated so much, so I think that's where I'll start. For just a brief intro, guys, my name is Cris Njoki, as it says up there. My name is Cris Njoki. I run a fashion brand. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a content creator. That's what I do, and I run my business. It's fashion brand IKOJN, and it's a women's wear brand that is fabulous, really. I don't think there's any other way to describe it. But I've been running my business for I think 6 years, close to 7 years now actually. I've been running my business, and when I started running my business, it was primarily online. Like in my head, even when I started my business, I really just wanted it to be online, purely online. But then now, last year, we opened up our first location at Westgate Mall. And, I can talk about my experience with that later. But yeah, we're purely online. I really believe in e-commerce. I think e-commerce is the way to go. And I really think more businesses should really try and get into e-commerce. Number one, because you're able to reach a wider demographic of people than having a shop. Imagine this, like if you have your shop in CBD, for example, the only people who see your shop are the people who pass by there in CBD. Yes, granted it's a lot, but it cannot even compare to if your business has an online website online and it's very present online. How many more people will be able to see your business? Literally anybody in the world can see your business if it's online. So I am a big advocate for e-commerce, online, everything. However you can get into the online space, I'm an advocate. I would say yes, do it, do not hesitate. Awesome. So let's get into it. So the way I want to structure this is I'm just going to go through some of the questions that you guys asked. I will answer them, especially the most popular ones, and then after about half an hour, 40 minutes, I'm going to give a chance for questions. So if you have any questions, you can just comment down here. I'll be able to see and I'll be able to answer. Cool? Awesome. Great. So first thing, somebody asked, actually a couple of people asked, top 5 things to know when starting out, right? Starting out a business, as you know, okay? For me, I think what I would say, this is just very general. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're starting, but I think 5 things that I would tell you to sort of like really think about is number 1, you need to act like you have no money. Even if you got investment from Mark Zuckerberg himself, you need to act broke AF, okay? You need to really be stringent on how you use your money. Don't be spending your money getting like, big offices or having the fanciest computers or things like that. Things that do not directly add value to the business, don't do it. Don't be trapped in that for show kind of mindset where you want everybody to think your business is so cool because you guys all are using Apple computers or whatever. Don't do that. Like, Act like you have no money. Literally only spend on the things that you know directly influence your business in terms of sales, in terms of, you know, like performance, things like that. Okay, so act like you're broke. The other thing I would say is use all of your free tools as much as you can, especially when it comes to digital, especially when it comes to online. Use all the free tools you can get. Use them, maximize them to the most, because these free tools, as much as they're free, they're very, very strong, and if used correctly, they can really help your business. Third thing I would say is customer is king. I know everybody says that, and sometimes it can just be like sort of redundant, but honestly, your business exists because of your customers. If you do not keep your customers happy, you're not going to have a business. And I know sometimes, like with some businesses in some fields, customers can be a pain in the bum, but literally customer is king. Do everything you can to satisfy your customer up to a certain level. Of course, have your boundaries. Like, you're not going to fly items to Timbuktu just because the customer is upset. Have your boundaries, but customer is king, okay? The other thing I would say is select your team wisely. You need to be very, very wise how you select your team. And not only that, you don't have to employ everybody for every role. Try and see how you can make 5 people do the work of 20 people. And this is me speaking maybe as a Kikuyu or whatever, but you would rather have a team of 5 that is so good at what they do and pay them a little more than have a team of 20 who are just over here, everywhere, and then they're just earning minimum wage, okay? So make sure you get a good team that can multitask. You need to, first of all, one thing I learned is when you have a team, everyone in that team needs to be a salesperson. So don't have guys who say, oh no, me, I don't do sales, I just do this. No, everybody needs to sell. Honestly, in my team, I have seamstresses who sell our products to their people, their own connections, their own people that they know. They are salespeople. So have a small team that is effective AF. Okay. Last thing I would say is, let's see. You also need to have, as a business person, for me is, as much as you eat, sleep, drink your business, you need to be able to have moments when you're able to recuperate and you're able to rest, whatever that may be for you, right? For me, I just switch off. I just switch off everything, and I just have some time. I don't even have to go anywhere fancy. I'll literally be in bed all day, but guess what? I'm not going to be answering any calls. I will not be speaking to anybody. That's my time to sort of regenerate and get back that energy, because running a business is tough, guys. And if you're thinking of getting into a business, don't go in thinking, oh, yeah, you know, I want to quit my 9 to 5 so I can get a business, so I can have flexible hours. If you leave your 9 to 5, you're getting into a 24/7. That's what you need to know, okay? So have your times when you're able to rest, to recuperate, because then if you're rested and recuperated and feeling good, then you're able to run your business in the best way. Cool? Awesome. I'm going to save this live, Rainbow Kenya. Yes, I will. I will save this live. Don't worry about it. And it will also be posted on the Sendy Social Club page. So again, make sure you're following the Sendy Social Club. Cool. So I'm going to go straight to the next question. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, you can drop them down here and I'll be able to answer them later. Cool. So the next one is, let's see, how to grow the business. So a lot of people asked about how to grow the business. And I feel like this, generally, it depends on the business that you're in. But before you think of growing your business, you need to first make sure that the business you have currently is working well. Never ever think of expanding, because a lot of people, what people do, you will start your business, say you're selling earrings, right? And you have your customers who buy from you and they're loyal, they come back all the time. And you start thinking immediately of, okay, I need more customers, But if you get more customers, are you able to like comfortably supply those customers without always either A, being out of stock, or you're not able to deliver on time, or maybe you're not able to get them the pieces they want? You know, you need to first make sure that before you start thinking of growing your business, make sure that current tiny business you have systems are smooth AF. Everything needs to run smoothly. Everyone needs to know their role in the team. Make sure everything is running smoothly before you even think of growing your business. Now, when you come to now growing your business, I feel for me, the thing that should make you want to grow your business is not even you. You shouldn't be sitting down thinking, how do I grow my business? Let me tell you, your business will tell you when it needs to grow. Okay, your customers will tell you when it's time to grow, and it will happen naturally. If you have to sit down and think about how you grow your business, then there's something happening there that's not good. Demand will make you grow your business by force, okay? And it will just grow without even you thinking about it. Let me see. There's a request. I'm trying to get Sendy Social Club into this video. Sorry guys, sorry. No. I don't know how to do this. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to get Sendy into this live. I need to get Yvonne into this live. Sorry guys, sorry about that. Anyway. Okay, Yvonne, if you're watching the video, just send me another request. I'm not able to see it here. I'm not sure why. Cool. So what I was trying to say is what Mimi is saying actually. Demand should drive your growth. You shouldn't sit down and think, how do I grow my business? Your business will tell you when it needs to grow. Your customers will show you that your business needs to grow. Demand will grow your business whether you like it or not, you know? So don't sit down thinking about how to grow your business. If the demand is not growing, it means there's no growth happening. So you need to work on demand. Instead of working on your growth, work on how can I get people to want my products more, right? The minute your people want your products more, then your business will grow automatically. Then now in turn you make sure, okay, if the demand is growing, how do I make sure that supply grows with demand? The minute that happens, what else? That's business growing. Supply and demand growing, that's your business growing, right? Cool, that's it. Let's see, another question that I would like to, okay, one question that was interesting is, how do you price your items for maximum profit? So what I would say is, when you're starting your business, I mean, we all know business is good because you want to get into business to make a profit, make sure your products are selling at a profit, which is good. Now, in terms of pricing, there's different pricing models. So different people use their own ways, and I think in another video I can talk about different pricing models. And the pricing model I use, pricing models that work for different, because literally even in apparel, even in fashion, different products are priced differently, okay? But once you've priced your items, so the minute you're starting your business, don't price high just because you want a lot of money. Don't just, if you're getting say even these rings, pure example, let's say you're selling this ring, okay, and you're getting this ring from your supplier at say 20 bob. Don't just sell it for 2,000 because you can, because yes, people could pay 2,000 for this, they could, but don't just price it at 2,000 just because you can, and then in your head you know you're pocketing 1,980. That's wrong. Price your item using those pricing models, right? Use the pricing models, and then in the beginning what's going to happen is your profit is not going to be that big, because number one, when you're starting your business and you're ordering this ring to sell, if you're just starting out, you're only probably going to afford ordering 10 pieces, okay? Now ordering 10 pieces from a supplier, that's really not wholesale. You'll probably still have to buy it retail. That means if you're selling it at 2,000, you're probably buying it at maybe 1,500, okay? So your profit is only 500, which is not much. But what happens is, the beauty of now being in business, over time, your work now is to reduce your cost, yeah? So you're going to try and reduce the cost that you're using to buy this ring. And how you reduce your cost is, once you increase demand, which is what I was talking about before, once you increase demand, customer demand, then you have more people buying from you, which means now, instead of ordering 10, you can order 100. The minute you order 100, the price of this ring goes down. So instead of being 1,500, now it's 700. Or maybe 1,000. The minute it goes to 1,000, that means your profit margin increases. You get? So when you're pricing your items, don't price high because you're thinking of profit. Price how it should be priced. Use the proper model to price your item. But then now after that, work on bringing the cost of cost of production. Work on bringing your cost of production lower. That way you increase your profit margin. I hope that makes sense. Sendy Social Club, we're here. Why can't I see Sendy? My goodness, what is happening here? Is this Naya? I'm trying to really get Sendy into this live. Is there a way? Does anyone know if there's a way I can send a request to somebody? I really don't know how to do this. Wow, wow, wow. Sandy, this is proving to be quite difficult. Oh, is it here? Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Yes, yes, Santa Chris, yes. I think I found it. So I think Sandy will be
Hi. Hey, how are you? No. Can you hear me? Nothing.
Can anyone hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Wait, wait. I think we can hear you. Let me take out, I've just taken out my headphones because I think that was a problem.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Awesome. So guys, so she's from the Sendy Social Club.
My name is IKOJN. Sendy. So just a little bit of background about Sendy Social Club. So Sendy Social Club is a platform for online businesses where upon sign up you have access to delivery services from 198 Bob. Your goods are insured while they're in transit, so you don't have to worry about safety. You can track your orders online, which is a big thing, I believe, because like for online businesses, when people order, they're always asking, where's your rider? What time is it coming? So that headache is gone from you. You can place multiple destination orders. So if you're dropping in Westi, Kilimani, Ngong Road, wherever, so that option is there. Then you have access to trainings, lives, workshops, such as these, just to learn how to grow your online business. So it's the club to be at to grow your online business 100%. That's just a little bit about Sendy Social Club.
Super. So again, guys, if you're not following Sendy Social Club, make sure after this video you go straight there and you follow the Sendy Social Club for all of this and more, right? So it's actually really good, Yvonne, that you brought up the fact about delivery. Delivery actually is a bunch of people asked about deliveries as well, asked about what my experience has been with delivery companies. And let me tell you guys, delivery is one of the biggest things that can either make or break your business, especially if it's online. Your delivery needs to be so seamless, and you need to have a delivery team or a delivery strategy that you can, number one, rely on, and that your customers even feel safe using. Because delivery is big. If you're using, if your business is mostly online, if it's dealing a lot with online customers, online purchases, delivery is a big, big thing. And I love that everyone talked about, being able to track your order, being able to, see where your rider is, just being able to communicate to the rider. Some people, I've had moments where I've ordered something online and you're wondering, is this rider gonna call me? Maybe you're about to go into a Zoom meeting. You don't know how your day is gonna be. Maybe you have somewhere you need to rush to, and you don't know what time the rider is coming. So sending is perfect because you're able to really plan your day around the deliveries, and even make sure that your customers are able to plan their days around the deliveries, so they're not sort of like trapped in the house waiting for their stuff to come, right? So yeah, in terms of deliveries, I would urge people to just do your research. Sendy is fantastic for that. So if there's a way you can implement Sendy into your deliveries, into your online business, I think that would be a great way to start. And yeah, I feel like it will just take a lot off of your mind when it comes to deliveries. Okay, cool. So the next question I had seen here, give me a second, guys. Yes, this was a question I found that a lot of people asked about. Okay, for product businesses, how important is it to have a physical shop? And I'm gonna say it's not important at all. In fact, having a physical shop is like one of the, like on the bottom of my list of things to do when you're starting a business. Because look, you have a product and people want to be able to just see what the product is, see how it functions, see the different aspects of that product. You don't need a shop to do that, not especially not in the beginning. And if you remember the first point I talked about, when you're starting a business, you want to keep your costs as low as possible. You want to keep your expenses as low as possible. Having a physical shop in Nairobi is not cheap. For anybody who's here who has a business with a physical location, rent is not cheap, right? So why are you spending money paying rent putting money in someone else's pocket just to be able to sell your product. I don't think that's the way to go. Again, use the free platforms you have. You can sell now on Facebook. You can sell now on Instagram. Did you know you can even sell on WhatsApp? Did you guys know there's a WhatsApp? You can have your catalog on WhatsApp if you have WhatsApp business. Go research on that. You can actually sell from anywhere right now, and having a shop literally should not even be at the top, especially if you're starting out. That shouldn't be at the top of the list. There's way more important things you should be investing in. A shop is not one of them. Cool. Next question. Let's see. Well, someone here asked something that was very related to what I do, which is where to find tailors and quality fabric in Kenya. I think that one it's all about research, honestly. It's all about research. For anybody who's in the apparel or sort of trying to get into the apparel business, when it comes to fabric, when you're starting your business, you will have to buy your fabric retail. And that is the sad truth. You will not be buying your fabric wholesale because in the beginning, you don't have that many customers. You don't want to waste money because what you're trying to reduce is buying wholesale, because wholesale, you can only buy big amounts, like in terms of meters. Meterage is high, and you don't want to buy all this meterage and then you don't have enough customers sort of like buying from you. So you will have to buy retail for a while until your demand increases. But I feel like that applies to sort of all businesses. In the beginning, start small, build yourself as you go. Okay. In terms of tailors, I really don't know. I don't really use tailors, so I'm not so sure about that. But if I get anything, I will make sure to let you know. Okay. Another question, let's see. What business idea would you give a 20-year-old in uni that wouldn't take her off her studies? Okay, that's tough, guys, because whether you like it or not, business is it's gonna demand a lot of time from you and a lot of your brain power, a lot of your effort, So if you're trying to concentrate on your studies, I think just stay there, stay in school, I think as much as people want to have a business, because especially now there's this portrayal on the internet where everyone is seeing like 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds sort of starting businesses, making six-figure salaries, driving big cars, which is good and it's good for them, but that's not like life. That's not, you shouldn't grow up, you shouldn't be in your 20s expecting to be like that. Okay, that's happened for 1, 2, 3 people out there. It's great for them, but don't be in school looking at them thinking, I should just quit school and just start my own business. No, that's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. Let me tell you, when it's time to start a business, entrepreneurship, sometimes I feel it's almost like a calling. You will have this need of starting this business, and it won't be about money. It won't be about, oh my gosh, I just want so much cash. I just want to start a business so I can sell things at such high profits so I can get money. No, you will start a business because number one, you're passionate about whatever that thing is. You will start a business because you want to enrich people's lives. You want to change something that you've seen is not happening the way you think it should be happening, or you want to fill in a gap. You want to do something. You're not going to start a business because of money. And if you start a business because of money, Chalet, you will get so disappointed, because the thing with business that they don't tell you is there's times it's so good, it's up, it's here, and then there's times it's just like so if you start a business with money on your mind, you will get so disappointed, you will quit so fast. So if to the 20-year-old who sent me that question, if you're in school and you're studying and you are passionate about your schooling and you want to finish your schooling, finish your school. There's always going to be time to start a business. Who said you have to start a business in your 20s? You can start your business even in your 50s. You can start your business anytime. Make sure the business you start is something that you're passionate about, a gap you're trying to fill. It shouldn't be about money. Actually, that said, we're going to go straight into another question. Someone asked me, do you go a day without selling anything? Okay, that used to happen to us a lot. Like in our first, as I said, the business has been running for, I'd say maybe 6, 7 years. Our first 4, 5 years, guys, there were so many days we go without selling something. So many. Like sometimes you even go a week and you're like, why am I here? What are we doing? But you see, that's the difference. I wasn't in it mostly. Like my primary goal for my business was not money. It was to create products that I knew would make women feel powerful when they wear our clothes. Products that would make women feel, like still like feminine but still a boss, you know, and that's really what I'll try to achieve with my business and with my brand. So whether or not I make sales every day, it doesn't stop me from the goal. You know, I'll still keep doing it because at the end of the day, it's very, very clear to me. Right now, a day without selling, it's rare, but they're there. Okay? They're there. And a day without selling shouldn't make you quit your business. It's just a slow day. And it happens to everybody. It happens to every business. That shouldn't scare you. Okay? Guys, we have a few more minutes. I can see the questions rolling in. Questions are rolling in, which is good. So guys, we're taking note of the questions. Just ask your questions and I'll be able to answer them later, okay? So let's see. Someone asked, what worked better, influencer marketing or Instagram ads? So I'll just get into the topic of influencer marketing, mainly because I also dabble in that, right? So as I said before, I'm also a content creator and I've worked with a bunch of brands before, big brands, some small brands, just a mix of brands, okay? And the best thing is I'm at a unique position because at the same time, I also have my business, which I have also tried influencer marketing with, right? And from my experience, I can say that, you know, obviously, even for us right now, we don't have a budget. Like when I say us, I mean my brand. We don't have the budget to pay influencers, okay? So we don't have influencer marketing budget because I truly believe being a content creator myself and having worked with other brands, I know sometimes how much work it takes to create content for these brands, okay? It takes a lot of work and a lot of time. And I know that content creators need to be paid for whatever it is they do. So I would never, or I feel, for me, I would never expect a content creator to do whatever they do for my brand for free. Just because I'm in both sort of sides of the spectrum, I would never expect someone to do it for free. Although, what I would say for influencer marketing, if you don't have the budget and you're a small brand, find the minute you have a customer who's a content creator or an influencer, and they're there. Because even as a content creator myself, I shop a lot on Instagram. And if I go to a store and I really like the products and I actually buy from them, most of the times I'll find the small brands, for some who are really like switched on, they'll even send something on top of what I bought, you know, and with a nice handwritten note. That's something you can try. Handwritten note, thank this influencer. That's if you get an influencer who shops from your store. Handwritten note, thank them for their purchase. Tell them that you have also added in something that you think they will love, and ask for whatever it is you're asking for. One thing people do is you're very, very scared of asking for something. You know, if you've given this influencer this item, tell them, please could you feature us in your stories if you like the item? That would really go a long way in helping my business. The minute you tell that to an influencer, very few of them will be like, ew, no, I'm not going to do that. You'll actually be like, you know what? Let me just help this business. So really just ask for what you want, but also don't expect them to do it, because at the end of the day, no one asked for that free product. Don't expect it, but just ask just in case it happens, okay? Another thing with influencer marketing, because it's a very shaky ground, still on the topic of don't expect influencers, don't send free items to influencers or to content creators and assume that they're going to do a whole feature on it, and assume that they're going to do a whole video or they're going to tag you everywhere. Don't do that. Unless you've previously spoken to them either on the phone or you know them somehow, maybe you've had some previous conversations. Don't just send something out of the blue and just, you know, feel some type of way when they don't mention the product. These people are humans too. They also have other things they're doing, and they're not going to stop what they're doing just to be able to push your product, okay? So influencer marketing can be a bit tricky for small brands, but if you find a way that you can sort of, if you even have a friend, if you have a friend who has, trust me, even more than 5K followers, just go and tell them, come on, just come, push my product, kidogo, you know, and that will go a long way, right? Over Instagram ads. Sorry guys, I forgot about the Instagram ads. Instagram ads, I think, work really well. If you're trying to get eyes on your brand, trying to get eyes on your product, I think Instagram ads will work. Best thing is you can really see insights. You can see who's looking at whatever it is you've advertised. You can get the full breakdown. So I think Instagram ads are a safe option. in my opinion, very safe. For small businesses, especially if you have those products that are a bit finicky, you're trying to push, Instagram ads are really good. Okay. Let me see if we have any other important questions. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Let me see. How do you figure out how to grow? Someone asked, how easy is it to get licenses without having to bribe officials? I feel like it's pretty easy. I think it's pretty easy. Just follow like right now, before it used to be a lot harder, even just getting, documentation. Someone actually mentioned that they were having such a hard time getting documentation for their business. I think right now it's the easiest it's ever been. Right? Initially, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, it used to be really difficult having to queue, all these long queues. But right now, if you go to, where did I go to get mine? I don't even remember. Was it Uduma or was it where? But it should be easy now. And now with eCitizen, literally, if you go online and you say you want to start a business, the process is so seamless and it's so fast. So I think try and go online, do some research, see what's happening. But I know it's much, much easier now than it used to be before. So don't be scared about that. Don't be scared about documentation. In fact, it's so easy. Even things like an M-Pesa till number are so easy to get right now. And these things really make your business stand out, make your business more trustworthy, make it easier. Even make the customer experience so much more seamless and easy. And that way your customers will thank you and they'll stay with you forever, hopefully. Let's see what else. I think that's it for now. In case I've missed any questions, drop it in the comments and we'll be able to answer. Okay, but I think that's it for the questions, the questions that I received in my Insta story. So now I'm just gonna get straight into the questions, which I think Yvonne has been trying to record for us. Have you been able to note down the questions?
Yeah.
Super.
Jane Nyambura asked,
sorry, you're breaking up. What did you say?
Jane Nyambura asked, how much stock did you really start for IKOJN?
So that's actually a funny story. When I was starting my brand, because I knew I wanted it to be ready to wear, I knew I didn't want to have a custom-made brand at all. I wanted it to be ready to wear. So I was like, you know what? Who does ready to wear? Who does mass production? China. So we're going to go to China. I took my ass to China to get production done for IKOJN. Mind you, I've left Kenya. No one knows IKOJN. Do you know I didn't even have a logo for my business? I had nothing. I took my ass to China. I was like, yeah, China, I'll go. And they'll make me 50 pieces of everything. Shock. I went to China. I was slapped with an MOQ of like 10,000 pieces. If you don't know what MOQ is minimum order quantity. And at that time, I wanted specific products made, right? You know, as a designer, I had my sketches, I had my samples, everything. And I went there and I was like, yeah, can you make this for me? I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. Oh my God, I want to start my business. And they're just like, madam, okay, we can make for you per color, per style, 10,000 pieces. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what are you even talking about? So I was there and I was like, oh my God, what the hell have I done? And I've spent all this cash to come here. And I remember I was on the phone with my mom. I'm like, can you imagine? The MOQ is so big. I don't know if I can do it. And she was like, no. Just go, keep doing your research, keep working around. You'll find somebody. Just make sure you don't come back to Kenya without anything. That was the first mistake. I was like, okay, now in my head, I'm like, no, my mom, I can't disappoint her. I have to come back to Kenya with something. Like, I can't just come like that. So I went. I remember I had my translator. You guys, we went everywhere. Do you know, at the end of the day, where we ended up? We ended up at some factory that was so out of town. Literally, I think we drove, because I remember we took a cab and we drove 2 hours to get there, 2 hours to come back to the city center. Long story short, I made a huge order, spent all of my life savings making this huge order. I think it was coming to about 5,000 pieces. 5,000 pieces. No, it was 2,000 pieces per color, per style. So say you have this jacket and you have the same jacket but in green. So in this one, 2,000 pieces. In green, 2,000 pieces, like that. Okay. Spent all my money, everything. I even came up with my logo in China. I went to the place there, just by the side of the road, came up with my logo. They did the tags, those tags you put back here, printed it for me, everything. So the stuff now, I paid my deposit, they told me your stuff will be ready in 1 month. I'm like, cool. 1 month now, I'm chilling. So I was really excited. Now the day came where they were like, hey, your stuff is ready, you can pay the balance. I paid. The stuff came, and I remember opening the bag, I was just like super excited. And I lifted the first item, and it was completely not what we had agreed with these guys. Basically, the factory went and got cheaper fabric, cheaper material, cheaper zips, cheaper everything. This item was I'm really trying not to use a bad word, but it was such poor quality. And in my head, and I bought like 6,000 pieces. So I was looking at that, I'm like, now how are we even going to even start selling these things? Mind you guys, no one knows the brand. Literally, when I came back from China, I was trying to open an IG page, trying to open a Facebook page. So what I'm trying to say this whole story, don't be scared to start with this much. Don't be scared to start with 2 pieces. Don't be scared to start, because after that, what I did, I literally had to come back and just gone on my trip. I bought like small fabrics that I really just liked, because I used to go a lot to fabric shopping. So I brought some fabrics that I thought were unique, that I really enjoyed, and I just sat down, went on the drawing board, and I created a whole new collection. And from that collection, literally, I think I could only make 2 pieces of each style, right? And I just made my collection. I did my photo shoots. I had my lookbook, and I emailed my lookbook to everybody I knew in the fashion industry. And lucky for me, one person picked it up, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is so cute! Send me this." And they took a picture and they put it on the internet, and everybody loved it, and they ordered. And I was like, "Oh my God, they ordered!" Okay, so I had to bring in more fabric from China, like that. And literally, that's how IKOJN just started. We started with 2 pieces of each style. So don't be scared. Don't be scared to start with 2 items. Don't even be scared to start with 1. You'd rather start slow and build up than have all of this big like stock that you can't even sell, that no one even knows. So to that I'd say honestly start small. It's gonna be slower, but you'll be safer and you won't waste as much money as I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Such an experience.
all right. Next, how long since you started your business to realize any profit?
Let's see. I think for us, it was about 2.5 years. Every other time it was just breaking even. The first year for sure, that was just, I wouldn't say losses, but it's money that I've kept aside to invest in the business. So there was no profit. In the first year, there was no profit. Second year, we started getting to, okay, at least our expenses and we were able to basically pay for all of our expenses, pay for, creating more items, production, all of that. But now, after 2.5 years, is when we started seeing actual profit. So, also with that, don't be scared. Of course, you're not going to see profit in the beginning. What you need to be careful of, any money that comes into the business, especially from sales, just push it back. Push it back in, because that way you're able to grow your business more and more. Yeah.
All right. I think actually what was the first profit amount? Are you going to share that with us?
First profit amount, how much was it? I think I had this cool profit, and then I'm going to frame it. And I think our first profit was maybe somewhere like 8K or 10K. And in my head, I think I even my plan was to even go and like change it to become $100 note and then frame it and hang it somewhere. But at that point, there was no like, I didn't have that luxury of just framing money and hanging it somewhere. So we just spent it. But I think it was around 8K or 10K. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
That's not too
bad. Betty is asking if you can talk about organic growth. Does it work? Good question.
Yeah, I think organic growth works. I mean, what other growth is there? I feel like the best growth is organic growth. Don't be tricked, especially, I don't know now if you're asking organic growth like online or
Yeah,
what, but it's online.
yeah, I think she means not using media, but through ads.
Pushing through ads. I think organic growth is the best growth. Any other type of growth, don't listen to all these guys who come tell you, oh, I can get you more followers, more likes, more eyes on your things. Organic growth is the best growth. And trust me, it's very easy to tell sometimes when growth is not organic because there's no match. So you find like maybe the number of followers doesn't match sort of like the engagement, things like that. So don't be tricked into buying things or any other way that's not organic. Just stick to what you're doing. Stick to whatever it is you've planned. Of course, do your research, try and see what's working better than others, and then just stick to it and focus and just do your thing.
Okay, maybe I can have a follow-up for her.
Yeah.
If she's doing Instagram, as an example, how much money she should start with, just to start small, just to have the word out.
Yeah. I think it also just depends on your business. You need to have a good look at your books, okay? So, how much you're spending in the ads, it's basically marketing. It's what other companies would spend on billboards or TV or whatever. If you can afford a marketing budget, it should still come from your books. It shouldn't be like, oh, let me just spend 1,000 from the top of your head. Really look at your business. What are your expenses? How much are you making? What are you striving to get to? And then that way, the numbers will be able to tell you how much to spend. And the best thing with now Instagram ads, Facebook ads, they have ads for whatever budget you have. But it's really up to you as a business owner to go into your books and see how much you're spending and how much you're making, and then that should influence how much you spend on marketing. Yeah.
All right, cool. What is, I'm not sure if you answered this.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to start a clothing business, where are the places you would suggest to buy good quality fabric?
Where would I? Okay, I would say like CBD. Like I don't know if you guys know Nairobi Textiles. That's where we started. I mean, the fabric is very like you're buying retail, so it's not going to be cheap. You're going to be literally buying the same as someone who goes to get fabric and takes to a tailor, okay? But they have good quality fabric. You can also check Ngara. I don't know if those shops are still there, but there are some nice small shops that had very, how do you say, just like very unique fabrics that you wouldn't get anywhere else. Ngara would be a good place to check. You can also check Isli. Isli, I know, has some really good fabric shops. Where else? I think those are the three. I know there's people, I've been to some of these big box stores, like, what's the name of that store? There's one in Westlands. I've forgotten the name. But that store is really expensive. But if you can afford it, I mean, who's the man? But there's one, I've forgotten the name, it starts with an S, somewhere in ST. But yeah, for me, I would say CBD, Nairobi Textiles, Ngara, and Isli for sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Your link is asking, well,
Sorry, asking?
how do you go about your stock take?
Stock take. Okay, so for us, in fact, stock was one of my biggest headaches for a really long time, just because it's a lot of like back and forth, especially now. If you find, it's very, very easy if you have one platform that you're selling on. That's easy. But the minute you start expanding and having more and more platforms that you're selling from, you have to just have very good numbers. And there's apps out there actually. There's an app, there's very many apps that can help with stock taking. There's one actually, I've forgotten the name. And I don't want to go off of the live to check it. But if you just research apps that help with stock taking, there's a ton of them out there and they're free. So that way, anytime you get your stock, you just input, and every time the sale goes, it automatically deducts. So stock taking just needs you to have a very keen eye. What I do, or what I used to do, is at the end of every day, every single day, at the end of every single day, I will sit down, look at what's gone where, and just make sure I do that deduction myself. Imagine when you're a business owner, these things you just have to do it. You just have to, you literally just have to set aside 15, 20 minutes at the end of your day to make sure that your numbers are in place and your stock is in place. Because if it's not, that's how you start getting mess ups. You know, people sort of buying from one place and it's out of stock or whatever, and you want to avoid all that. So just give yourself at the end of every day, give yourself a bit of time, 20 minutes to just finalize everything, close the books, and then start again in the morning. Yeah.
There's some femme fatale. She sells she or he sells luxury products, and I guess she's having a hard time selling nicer Kenya. That's what she's. There's a lot of people who wear the quality, classier items. What give her or him?
So what I'm understanding is she or he sells luxury items, and it becomes difficult to sort of push that because obviously the price is high, right? So for me, what I would advise is if you find yourself running a business where that is more premium, you need to be in the head of the consumer. Even you as a consumer, what's going to make you pay more for this product when you know you can get it cheaper elsewhere? Number one is presentation. Your branding needs to be on point. Like, it needs to be clean, very effective. Your brand communication needs to be very, very well done. Where, like, you know, even the way you communicate to your customer, it needs to be different from everybody else. You're selling a luxury product. Your customer should feel like they're luxury. You need to literally, the minute a customer buys something from you, give them a call. You know, talk to them and tell them, hey, you just bought this. You should expect your delivery this and this time, whatever. Make them feel like, you know what, I actually paid for this service. Give them A1 customer service. Another thing that you need to do, even in terms of content, your content needs to be luxury as well. You can't be producing content like everybody else, doing the TikTok dances. No, yours needs to be well thought out content. Plus, if you're gonna make people pay for it, then also you need to pay for your content. You need to pay for all of these things. Pay for your branding. Pay for. Don't just do it yourself because maybe you're not able to translate luxury onto your product. You understand? Like, you're not able to translate luxury onto the brand. Hire somebody, hire a professional to be able to do all these things for you. That way it really comes off as a luxury brand, and then that way even the customer doesn't feel pinched paying extra, you know? So I feel like those are some of the things you can try to sort of justify why your brand is luxury and why it's premium. And even me as a customer, I'll be like, you know what? I see why I'm paying for that. Make sure you give them that ambience. Like, make sure when the customer comes onto your page or your website or even to your location, they need to feel like, wow, oh my God, I need to sit up straight, you know? Yeah, I hope that helps.
Yeah. Well, questions. What courses did you take before starting the business? Your business, that is.
Okay, so for me, I went to fashion school just because I sort of knew I just always wanted to be in that industry. So I did my fashion course for 3 years at a school called Arkansas School of Fashion. Shout out. Woo-hoo. It's in Nairobi. And before that, I did a business course, which I didn't finish for 6 months. And yeah, I think the business course I did actually really taught me a lot more about my business, because just fashion on its own, it's very sort of like creative and, you know, all the sketching and like cute stuff, you know, looking at trends. But the business course really taught me how to turn my passion and what I like into a business. So what I would advise, and even what my dad advised me, is make sure you always have, if you think you're ever gonna be in the business space or entrepreneur space, always just take a business course. In fact, when I finished school, I didn't know what I wanted to study. And my dad just said, take a business course. It's gonna help you in your life, regardless. Just take it. And then midway, if you find your passion, then move to that. But always just take a business course. And that's the same advice I think I'll give my kids. Just always take a business course. You never know.
Right. Any launch and rebrand tips, bro?
Launch and rebrand tips. Well, I haven't had to do any launch oh no, I've done a launch, but I've never had to do any rebranding. So rebranding, maybe I wouldn't know what to advise on that. But in terms of launching your business, again, use all of your free resources. Let me tell you guys, you cannot put a price on free, okay, which is true because it's free, so you can't put a price on this. But free, literally use all of the free resources. If you have friends, guys, if you have friends who have any form of like influence or whatever, invite those friends. Use all of your free resources. If you're launching something, let me tell you right now, there's so many free platforms. Canva, all of these online places where you can create content for your business for free. You can create all of your, if you have a website that is, you can create all of your landing pages, everything on Canva, and you can do it for free. And if not for free, for a really cheap price. If you're thinking launch, don't think of rooftop. I don't know, don't spend money on things that are not going to directly influence your sales, influence your business, especially when you're starting out. These are things you can do later once you have that luxury and you have the money after the business has done well. But in the beginning, just use your free resources. I would much rather you create your own artwork, do everything, make it look really cool, and then pay Instagram ads or spend money on Instagram ads to push the launch. That makes sense to me, you know, because then people are going to see, okay, wow, what's this new brand? You get on many people's screens, and that makes more sense than investing in like a location, getting a DJ, or having like, you know, just reduce on the expenses. You'll be fine. Even if only 2 people attend your launch or know about your launch, it's all about growth. Don't be so quick to like start on 1,000. Everybody starts from 0. If it's 0 to 2, guess what? It's still growth. 2 to 4, it's still growth. So always just think of the long game. Don't think of, I want big, quick now, because that's not what business is. And if that's what you have in your mind, it's going to be tough, you know? So always think long game. Always think of the future. Don't really think of right now.
Right. Someone is asking, at what point in a business should one request a loan?
Loans, guys. Me, I'm not a big fan of loans. I know there's people out there who loans have worked for. Personally, I'm not a big fan of loans. And also, look into your business. Why are you asking for a loan? Why? You know, I truly believe in, you know, and I know I say it all the time, I believe in steady growth. This jumping from one spot to another, it's unnatural, and it's unnatural. And, you know, you're going to have to invest, okay, I'm going to just try and be as how do you say, neutral as possible, okay? And assume, cool, you have your business. Why are you asking for the loan? So I'm going to assume maybe you want the loan so you can grow, which is what we talked about. You want to grow your business. So maybe you want the loan so you can invest in things, maybe get a bigger location or get more stuff, more products, you know, whatever it is. And for me, my answer to that is, if you want to get more products, why can't the sales that you're making in the business currently, why can't they finance that? It means there's a problem. If you're also rushing to get more products, but the sales you're making right now cannot finance that, there's a problem. If the sales you're making cannot finance a bigger location, there's a problem. So first, stay here where you are. Make sure by the time you even, whatever loan you're thinking of getting, you should be able to finance it with your current business. And if you're thinking of making a jump, because now what happens is, many people who get loans, especially for business, you get a loan to make that quick jump, and then you make the quick jump and you realize demand is still the same. Demand is still the same as it was when my business was before the loan. And now you get stressed because now you're trying to drive sales, trying to increase your demand, yet you didn't work on demand that time, you worked on a loan first. So that's wrong, guys. Instead of working on a loan, work on demand, work on people wanting your product. You want people to feel like they cannot live without your product, without your services. Once you do that, trust me, you won't need a loan from anybody. Your customers will pay for whatever it is you need for that loan. You get? So don't look for a loan. Try and increase your demand, try and increase your sales, work on increasing those things instead of rushing to get money from elsewhere. And let me tell you, the thing is also, and this is the same thing, I'm going to tie this with, say, investors. A lot of people in business are like, you know, maybe I want an investor, I want someone to come and put in money in my business. Loans and investors come with their own rules. Guys will come, they'll give you the money, yes. but they also have their own demands. And let me tell you, investors and loans are they're the worst guys when it comes to getting their money back. They're the worst. They're going to take from your profits. They will take. They don't care about the business anymore. They're like, us, we want our money back. We want return on what we invested. So be very careful when it comes to loans and investors alike. Make your business work and grow steadily. Don't be in a rush to jump and do all these big things if your business is not there yet. Yeah.
There are two similar. Thinking about how do you pay yourself the business, and how long did it take to start paying yourself a regular salary?
Ah, that's such a good question. That's actually a very good question because, believe it or not, I started paying myself a regular salary from my business last year. In 2020, it sucks. I know, it's the worst. And you know what they say? I've read so many books where they say in a business you should pay yourself first as the owner of the business. But let me tell you, it's so hard. Sometimes I used to look at my business, I'm like, am I really going to pay myself? And then the business doesn't continue. So I'm going to pay myself, and then there'll be no money going back in the business. Sometimes it's just really hard. And that for me was a struggle for a long, long time. But last year, I was like, okay, I feel like now we're at the point where the business is stable. Even we still have money that can go back into the business. So I think you can afford yourself a salary. And since then, I stuck to it. And now, yeah, I do earn a salary. So for that one, honestly, I'll be biased because for me, it's like my business. If I look at my business and my personal needs, I want to give money to my business more than myself. It's like for myself, what is it for? So I'm just gonna go for what? Do nails, do what? I'm just looking, I'm just like, this money could do so much more in the business. I know that's not what they say in the business books, but yeah, me, I'm biased. I'm really biased. But what I've done for myself is I made sure I missed out and I made sure the business got all of the money until last year.
Okay. They're quite but we have like 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Or how do you take inventory?
How do you take inventory? I think for us, it's because now we're a big team, right? So now we're a team. So we have somebody who's in charge of that. There's someone literally their job is to just see the things coming in, see the things going out. And now because we have different channels or different sales channels, it can get a bit complex. But the same thing with inventory. There's apps out there, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I don't remember the name of this app, but there's an app that I used to use a while ago. I don't know if it's still there. What I'm going to do is I will save this live, and in the comment section I will comment the name of that app once I get it. Okay? But there's an app that's supposed to help small businesses. Do your research as well. I know there's so many free guys. There's so many free things out there. By the time you start asking for loans or getting money, like you have not exhausted all of your free options. So many free apps out there, so many free ways, platforms that you can use for all of these things that honestly you don't need money right now. Yeah. So I'll find out the name of the app for inventory and then I'll be able to tell it to you guys.
Right, Gazoni is asking if the app is it?
Is it Sortly? No, it's not Sortly. It's another one. But Sortly sounds like a good one. So does Sortly do the same thing? Because it's not Sortly. But if Sortly does the same thing, maybe you guys can check on it. Yeah.
Cool. I think you can save this video, then respond to all the other questions.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I'd like to mention before we finish, and this is something we've spoken about with Sendy, because I'm very, very passionate about small businesses, because I've been there. I know how tough it is, and I know how it can get sometimes. So Sendy and I came up with a fantastic idea where from everybody who was participating in today's live, we are going to pick one person who I'm going to be mentoring for a full month. That's like 30 days. You know how long that is. One person who I'm going to mentor with their business for 30 days. And I'm going to be doing this just out of the goodness of my heart and Sendy's heart. We'll do this for one business owner. So if you've participated in this live, if you know you've commented, I'm going to save this live. You can then go and comment in my video or in the video on Sendy's page. Comment your name and your business, tag your business there, talk about why you need this sort of guidance for the month, and we'll be able to pick one winner who will hold their hand through the month. I think we can do it for the month of August, right? Hold their hand through the month of August, and they can be able to just ask me whatever questions they have. If they need any sort of like me to look into their books, maybe help them do something, direct them, I will do that for one person. So if you think you're that person and you need that, make sure you comment on the saved video, and you make sure you comment on the Sendy page and you comment on my page. So you can't just comment on one, you have to comment on both of them. And you also need to make sure you're following the Sendy Social Club.
Also for Sendy side, for anyone who signs up to the Sendy Social Club now and 23rd, we're offering delivery, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be really good. I think Sendy is doing an amazing job helping online businesses. And guys, if you do follow the Sendy Social Club page, you won't miss out on any of the stuff they're doing, any of the offers they have. You will definitely stay in the loop. So yeah, I approve this message.
All right.
Cool. So I think we're done, right? Thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been beneficial. If you want to rewatch this again, we're going to save it and post it on the Sendy Social Club page and on my page as well. We thank you guys for coming, for joining. Have a fabulous afternoon. Mwah. Bye, Yvonne.
Bye.